Hey, Peace Family. I'm breaking down this post here. I'm going to shine a little bit of light on this post so you can have clarity and some understanding about it. So let's start from the top. It says the scriptures are metaphysical. Check. What is metaphysical about the scriptures? We're talking about the Holy Bible here. So, what is metaphysical? Because then we can have an idea if it's metaphysical or not. Metaphysical, right? The word meta in metaphysical means beyond or behind. So, metaphysical, physical, meaning things that are of density, things that can be measured by length, width, and height, right? So, beyond the physical is metaphysical. So, how is the Bible metaphysical? Well, the Bible's metaphysical because the Bible reflects metaphysical information and it contains information on metaphysics. One example? All right, so what's an example of metaphysics in the Bible? We can say, uh, we can use, in the beginning, God said, let there be light, and there was light. That scripture ensues that God speaks and God uses English. But that's not noted in the text. It's only understood by the context because that's what the text says that God said. But first, we have to ask if that was the first thing God created, light, then how did you speak, God? Because if there was no sound, then how would you speak? And then, that's where the metaphysics comes in. Because if you understand that the Bible is telling you that God spoke, in context, the Bible's also telling you that God created sound. But then you have to understand the harmony between sound and light because they are both of the same essence, energy. They're measured in waves. So that would be the metaphysical. Okay? So now let's go to the astrological. That was just a little example. We got to keep it short. Got a couple minutes here. Astrological. So what is astrological? Well, astrological is denoting astrology, right? And astrology gives us our 12 zodiac signs, for example. You could be a Gemini, Libra, or a Taurus watching this video. I don't know. I don't know why I even thought of those ones. That's crazy. But look, so there's 12 of these zodiacs, right? But the Bible don't talk about the zodiacs in plain English. It talks about the zodiacs in allegory and what's the other word for that? What's the other word for that? I was gonna say metaphors. That's it. Yeah. So a quick example that would be Jesus, the Son, and then we'll talk about later polar homonyms, the S-U-N and the S-O-N. Jesus Christ being the Son of God, S-O-N, right? Has 12 disciples, right? And each disciple representing one of the zodiacs. So we have consistency there, and we can break that down later on as well. So let's move into anatomical. So if you don't understand these words, right, just what you got to do first, you have to go to Google and then type it in. Okay, Anatomical. That's what we're gonna do right now. Anatomical. Okay, and then it's a adjective relating to bodily structure, relating to anatomy. Okay, that's talking about the body's physiology. That's talking about the human body, right? So how does the Bible talk about the human body? The Bible talks about fasting. You know, that's not actually where I was going to go with that, but what I was going to say is that there's a scripture I actually need to check. I believe it's in Mark. It talks about the it's if thy eyes filled with light, then thy body will be filled with light. I gotta get that the verse, but That's actually reflecting the essence of the pineal gland, which is a gland located in the center of the brain that produces serotonin and melatonin, and it monitors or what's the word? Monitors the wake and sleep cycles. Actually, does it has a lot of functions as well, but we'll talk about that in a second because the Bible is reflecting the essence of the physical body through metaphors as well. Um, what else was I going to share about that part? There was another example. Um, okay, Jesus Christ dying at the age of 33 signifies energy traveling up the 33 spinal vertebrae. Um, Dying at the 33rd would be the. Now we can move to alchemical because we moving with time here. Alchemical. So alchemical. I'm not sure if I don't even know what alchemical means. Alchemical. Let's see what that means. Relating to or characteristic of alchemy, the medial forerunner of chemistry concerned with the transmutation of matter. Well, I can give you an easy one for that one. We can see Jesus multiplying fish. That would definitely be alchemy, turning something into more or turning nothing into something. Alchemy. That we're gonna breeze right past that one. Spiritual. I don't really think I need to explain how the Bible is spiritual. We read the book for spiritual food. Like, I don't do I need to go into how the stories relay life understanding or life messages? Do I need to go into that? I feel like that's a given that we should know as people. You know what I'm saying? If not, you know, just look and see how everybody's at church on Sunday. Like, there's a purpose for the text. How it's being used there, I don't know about all that. But, of course, it is spiritual. Let's continue. Esoteric. Esoteric, that definition of esoteric, I'm just going to let y'all know, it means something that has been hidden or is information that is allowed or created for a select group of people. So when we talk about esoteric information, it's more like information that people don't want other people to know. That's esoteric information. So how's the Bible esoteric? The Bible takes root in Egyptian philosophy. Egyptian, if you understand the Egyptians, just make a Google search. But ancient Egyptians are the first African people, but ancient Africans, if you want another word. But yeah, so esoteric because the information that's within the text comes from us as Black people in our own perspective. And then outside of what our knowledge tells us, the information has been re-represented back to us in our way that we feel it's truth, but it's out of our perspective. So we don't understand that part. That's how the Bible's esoteric. Mythology, that goes back into the same thing because when you start understanding how the Bible correlates with ancient Egyptians, you understand that the Greeks joined themselves to the information that the Egyptians had. And as time went on, Rome and all the other events, the information that they've taken was remodified over and over and over. And it's kind of like an iPhone. As you get it, the first time you got it doesn't look like it does in 2019. The Bible, or let's say the information of the Holy Book, doesn't look the same as it did the time when it was first written. But we believe that was written in English first, which is a mistake because every language has been rooted from the original or predecessor language. So we have to kind of see how words correlate and link up. So I'm going to end this video with, we got 1 minute left. So I'm going to end this video with polar homonyms because, oh wait, somebody asked me about the historical. So why is the Bible not historical? So the Bible is not historical because it does not include true history. If it included true history, we would understand how it's been re-represented. We have no idea about that. So we see it to be the only one all be all, but it's actually not because it was inspired by original truth. So you have to understand that in order to get it. It's not literal. It's not literal because the characters are not real people. If they were, then their bodies would be put in some museum somewhere. And if they had 3D printers, they would have fooled us real good. You know what I'm saying? They would have built the bodies. You'll see Jesus somewhere in the world, like his real body. But the spirit of Jesus definitely walked this planet more than once anyway. But reality. It's not reality because, well, this is just the same thing. It's all the same. It's not literal because it's not real. But now that the video's over, almost, I wanted to talk about polar homonyms because I wanted to upload this on Instagram TV. Now I'm past the 10 minutes. So this is going to go on YouTube and YouTube, y'all gonna get the polar homonyms because that's what it is. So polar homonyms. So when we're talking about polar homonyms, right, you have to understand it's a grammatical label. It labels an aspect of the English language. It's not something that exists everywhere, I guess, but I don't know. I'm just observing and I'm learning and I'm sharing what I'm learning. So a polar homonym is a word that when it's spoken sounds like another word in a different context. An example, which is which. WHICH. It'd be better if I wrote this shit out, wouldn't it? All right, which is which, right? Or son and son. What's up, son? How you doing, son? You could be saying, how are you doing, son, to a friend, because that's a slang you're using. Or you could be saying son like the SUN, like the world's battery, the one that energizes everyone and everything, right? So, look at me, y'all. I was smooth about to write. All right, so look. That was funny as hell. So the S, okay, come on, pen. The SUN and the SON, okay? This is what polar homonyms is. I'm gonna break it down real quick. So we can see right here, the SUN, this is a consonant, right? It's not a vowel. We know that this is a vowel, so let's go ahead and mark a vowel, right? And we know the N is a consonant, so we know that, S is a consonant as well, right? So now we can look at the sun, this word, and see, that this one has a consonant. It's a vowel. It's a consonant. And that's why they sound the same, because the consonant it's like a signature that allows you to see the correlation of the polar homonyms. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you another one. What's another one? I said which. That was the first one. And then my handwriting, y'all, is like on wildfire today. How you spell witch? I spelled witch wrong. That's the wrong spelling. Hold on. I put an H in there that don't belong in there. Okay, so let's start with this one, right? We know the vowels, y'all. It's easy. Vowel. That's not a vowel. Ain't no other vowels. Consonant, 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 consonant. Let's go over here. This one, it's different. There's a vowel right here. Consonant, consonant, consonant. Right? Is there another which that I'm thinking about? W-I-C-H, W-H-I-C-H, W-I-T-C-H. These are not the same, but their signatures are close, and you can hear it. So let's find another one. Steel, like S-T-E-A-L, right? Steel, like you about to take something. And then steel, like that steel that be stealing our relationship with our food, like the fork. That's steel. You know what I'm saying? And then there's still, which is kind of close. Right? So let's break this down real quick, and then the video about to be out. Vowels, yeah. And then consonants. Consonants, vowel, right? Boom. These two are the same, right? And now to link all this information back to the Bible and what we was talking about, when it comes to polar homonyms, if you look at ancient Egyptian, the Trinity, it consists of mother, son, and man. Mother, man, and son, however you want to break it down. And the Egyptian name, well, I think it's actually the Greek name. I gotta double check that part, but Horus is the name of the sun in Egyptian mythology. So if we was behaving the way we behaving right now, that's what we would be saying the word of. We'd be saying in the name of Horus. If we was behaving how we behaving now 1,000 years ago, which will be really weird because we would be so much more mature back then, we would know that these things reflect the inner God. It's about using these things to reach the level of spiritual maturity, it's not using these things as crutches or dependence, as like you're a child and you need something from somebody. It's more about using the energies to create and harmonize within your own reality. But this and Jesus, this is the name right here. So can y'all see the polar homonym already? Can y'all see it already? Or no? Do y'all know what this is? That's a U, right? They really working, y'all. But this is just by the way. We got to go into etymology because that's where eti. I don't know what's up in my handwriting right now, y'all. It's like etymology. That's where the real gold is. That's where we're really going with it. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy this content, let me know that you enjoy this content so I can make sure I make some more of this content. You feel what I'm saying? And hit that love and like button over there. Join the family. Shine with us at Light Power. Hit the subscribe button. All right, y'all. So thank you for shining with us. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this video. Let somebody else understand this information one time. Let the mind stimulate one time so that you can keep stimulating the bad boy. Start researching. Start doing your own due diligence and understand what you're telling people you know, if you really know it. And take the time to do the research because it allows you to grow. You know what I'm saying? It's the growth. It's the growth. Anyway, talk to y'all. Peace.